only took 4 days, 4 days, and one new release into the new year. At the end of this video, you'll know what exactly I'm talking about. And if that isn't my clue as to tell you to stay away from the shitty movie, I don't know what else will be. So Night Swim is a really shitty adaptation of a short film written and directed by the same man who directed and wrote that short film. This stars Wyatt Russell and Kerry Condon as two parents who move with their kids into a house that has a pool in the backyard. That's gotta be a lot of fun, but lo and behold, they come to realize that the pool is haunted. Apparently, when you go for a night swim, it attacks you, or if you swim during the day. That's the thing with this movie. This movie is so lost as to what it's actually trying to establish for lore, rules, and sensibility. This whole entire thing doesn't make any sense. If it's called a night swim, wouldn't you expect the entity to pop out when you're going for a swim at night? That's what I would expect from this movie, but no, there's a giant pool party in this movie, and the thing attacks during the day in broad daylight. So the movie is struggling immediately right off the bat with a scene at the beginning and a scene in the middle set during broad daylight as to what its rules actually are. The movie is called Night Swim. It's not called Day Swim. The math ain't math. Then make it make sense, movie. The entity is really stupid. You get some glimpses of the entity and you can't help yourself but just laugh. When you see the glimpses, the brief images of what this thing actually entails, if it even entails that, because, oh, we'll get into that in a minute. But once you see what's actually down there, in the water. It's like you're laughing at it, but you're thinking to yourself, is this becoming comedy? Because of that, there's so many tonal inconsistencies here. It tries to be something super creepy and super dark, but yet it feels so light and breezy at the same time because it's a PG-13 January horror movie. Wyatt Russell, Kerry Condon in this movie, yeah, they're just collecting their paychecks. I don't even know what they even tried to do with the character that Wyatt Russell plays. Apparently, he's this former Major League Baseball player. There's all these baseball puns and baseball references. Apparently, they thought that that was character development, and I'm just like, no. He just looks like he's collecting a paycheck or trying to pose for a picture to be the cover athlete of MLB The Show 24 or something. Speaking of the characters, they're all dumb as shit, and they say the dumbest shit ever. The dialogue is so asinine in this movie. There's no way these characters would blurt out exactly what they're thinking. Like, it's obvious to you as the viewer because you're seeing what's actually unfolding before your eyes and their eyes. And then you have somebody who's watching something supernatural unfold in this pool who just says, "Oh my god, the pool's evil, isn't it?" Well, no shit, Sherlock. What was your first clue, huh? It really takes something else to prove to you that there's something wrong with this pool. I mean, come on. You witnessed certain events in broad daylight. The movie broke its own rules to be convenient for you, and now you're just saying this now? There's also so many lines of dialogue in this movie that I could guess right off the bat. Like, there's an instance later on in the movie, in the third act, one of the stupidest moments ever. I guess the exact wording, 100%, word for word, verbatim, as to what Wyatt Russell was about to say. I couldn't control my laughter. And the whole reveal thing, okay? Like, because with these movies, you gotta have some reveal or twist. You know, the third act, the big thing they go up against in the third act. And it turns out that those entities that are essentially ripping off Lady in the Water that are in the pool aren't really the entities. Okay, spoiler alert if you actually give a shit, I guess, because this is a shitty January movie. I'm pretty sure nobody's going into this movie excited as hell because I don't think the trailers did anything for anybody. But if you are one of those people who doesn't want to be spoiled by this movie and you're really looking forward to it, this is a spoiler alert for you. Yeah, the water is evil. The water is pissed off that a pool was built on its land. It used to be a spring, it used to be a pond, and it's just pissed that this ancient rural spring or something now has a pool on top of it. People putting their hands down garbage disposals. There's people going towards like the skimmer of the pool. There's like a kid reaching into the skimmer trying to grab a toy. I'm like, okay, now why would you do that? This movie is full of stuff like that. There's nothing even remotely scary about it. I mean, at least you would think that the scares could save it. No, nothing scary. It's all cheap jump scares, and for most of the movie, it's actually whole lot of fluff. There's not a lot going on. It's just a melodramatic baseball movie for half the movie. Like I said, Wyatt Russell is doing his best to MLB The Show 24 impersonation to be the cover athlete. That's all this movie is. It also doesn't help that his character played for the Milwaukee Brewers, and when I looked at him, I could just think of Wade Miley. Weird ass comparison. I've gotten a little off track. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the scares. Yeah, it's fluff. It's nothing. There's nothing scary here. There is like an image or two that kind of frightened me because when people have like goo dripping from their eyes mixed with a maniacal smile and the slanted eyebrows, yeah, that's kind of freaky to me, but that's it. That's all this movie has going for it. So, you know, at the beginning when I said that we're 4 days into the new year and it's our first new release, and you would know exactly what I was talking about by that statement? Yeah, this is exactly it. A shitty January movie released during the first week of January. Let's see what the rest of January has to offer because let's just face it, the past few Januaries haven't actually been that bad. I will say January of 2023 was the best January we've had in a while. If this is any omen for the rest of January, this is going to be the worst January since 2020 or since I started talking about movies or since I was born or since before then. January is just the dumping ground. Unless if you're Oscar bait, we'll see how January plays out, but this is not a good start because this was definitely a dumping ground movie. Everybody's collecting paychecks and it ain't scary at all. Look, I wanted to give the movie the benefit of a doubt. I wanted to give credit where credit is due. There's one or two images that frighten me, but that's not going to stop me. That's not going to bump up my rating to say that Night Swim is better than being in Popcorn Hell because Popcorn Hell is exactly where it belongs. I came off as a cynical bastard in this video. You know what? I missed this side of me. So, Night Swim. What did you guys think of it? Don't watch it, please. Do not. Don't waste your time. Whatever you think about it, just let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Hey, I will leave my link to my website in the description below as well. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden, and I will see you at the movies somewhere.